And a very happy day every time when we get to see Wendy battle. So with fall in full swing, nothing says autumn like beautiful vitamin-rich squash and fresh apples. And when you put them together, a really good soup. I don't think I've ever had an apple and squash soup. So.
Oh, well, today's your day to try it, Jeff. Good morning.
Oh, I can't wait. Yes, thank you very much. Good morning to you, and thanks again for being here.
Absolutely.
So you
I've
are
brought
the clean eating coach?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And you know, this time of year, as fall is here and the weather's cooling off a bit, and although not today, we're talking about eating things that are locally grown. So locally grown food is nutritionally dense.
Fresher and good for the economy.
Absolutely
locally.
right, exactly. So I always tell my clients that I coach nutritionally that getting local food is the best, also getting things that are seasonal. So things like this beautiful winter squash. This is the perfect growing season for apples, for squash that we can find at the farmer's market.
I should ask, by the way, since there's so many different kinds of squash, well, really, and apples too.
Yeah.
Do you have to use a winter squash, or does it really matter?
Well, they're actually, winter squash is great. It's just full of nutrients, so this is great. It's full of vitamin A, so that's what helps keep our eyes healthy. Vitamin C to help boost our immune system. Lots of fiber, so for those of us that are trying to lose some weight, you know, getting more fiber in helps us feel more filled up. So it gives us the benefit of really helping us that way. And there's such a variety of winter squashes, so in addition to, this is called delicata squash.
Delicata, like delicate?
Yeah, like delicate, right? And it's got a nice thin skin, so it's really easy to use. So all I did was I cut it in half, and this is so simple. You'll see, when you see it cut in half, it's got some seeds in it, so we just scoop the seeds out. And we actually roasted the seeds, so you can also use all the seeds in there for a healthy snack.
Like pumpkin seeds?
Like pumpkin seeds. Oh, wow. How about that? So you get to use the whole thing.
Don't waste anything.
Don't waste anything, exactly. Then all I did was I roasted it, and you can see afterward what it looks like roasted. So it's all softened up. I scooped out the squash. And then I just sauteed some onion. We threw in some vegetable broth, some coconut milk, and then these apples.
What kind of apples?
With the squash. So this is just a great apple that I got at the farmer's market, just a gala apple. Very sweet. It's firm and sweet. Has a really fantastic flavor.
But you can use whatever apple you happen to like?
Exactly. Whatever you happen to like. Exactly. And this time of year, if you go to the farmer's market, there's such a great variety.
And they can tell you, I'm sure, too. Hey, oh, this one might be really good for this or that or whatever.
Exactly.
For people who aren't so,
savvy
about it.
We whipped that up, and then we ended up with this really beautiful soup, and I'm going to serve some up to you.
Oh, and this is what it looks like in the bowl.
This is what it looks
finished
like.
Product over here, I believe. Yep, there she is serving it. That's out of the so, and how long does it take to, once you've got everything mixed up?
All right, so it didn't take that long. So once I roasted the squash for about 30 minutes, then I simply sauteed, added everything else, then cooked it down, simmered it for about 20 minutes.
Is that all?
And then we have our handy dandy tool here, our little immersion blender.
Oh, yeah.
So this is great, so a one-pot meal. The great thing about this too is it's really kid-friendly. With the apples and the squash, squash is naturally sweetened when you roast it. It's a super kid-friendly meal that everybody will love.
So just like carving pumpkins, they get to take part in this and enjoy the flavor of it too.
Exactly. And so I'm just finishing off with a little fresh sage and some shredded coconut.
Some nice garnish.
You could even toast this for even more flavor. And you can give you the spoon here for you to give it a try.
How many of these squashes do you maybe need, and how many apples to make?
That's such a great question. Yes, so I took 2 pounds of squash.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of them because they're relatively small. And you can see when it's in its, how does that taste?
Amazing.
Oh,
truly
gotta
amazing.
love that.
I knew it would, but
right? Isn't that like, you could even eat that for breakfast.
I could eat this.
It's so good.
I could put this on my cereal, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. So we took about 5 or 6 of these smaller squash and roasted them. I took 4 apples and cut them up, peeled them, cut them up, and then we cooked those down till they softened up.
We gotta go, but tell us really quickly about the bread.
And it's just a nice whole grain bread.
For dipping?
Which is for dipping, right, to have with that, which is nice just to kind of complete the meal. You could have a nice healthy salad with that, and you have a perfect evening fall winter meal.
Wow, Wendy battles so much in so little time, and I can't say enough. My taste buds runneth over. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome.
And
My pleasure.
for information about the recipe and everything else, you can go to WTNH.com. Good Morning Connecticut weekend section. It's that easy.